Well, I come down there with all my gear, put my tripod up and everything, went to put my reel on my fishing rod, and I had a new reel seat on my fishing rod. And I didn't bring all my bags down, I put everything in my rucksack, so I had it all on my back, so I didn't have to have stuff in my hand. And I had to walk all the way up that hill. If you've seen my Facebook, you'd have seen me walking up the hill. All the way up there. So I've put the rod together, put the reel together, got the rig on. I've just got a bait up and chuck out. When I left here, I had this little bit on the top there, and all this was underwater. By the time I got back, this was gone. You only get a few hours fishing there on low water. I'm at Saltom Bay. I am going to try and find another new mark whilst I'm here, but it means I've got to spend a day trekking up and down the coast road and going off all the little snickets trying to find somewhere. But oh dear, knackered. So I'm going to bait this up now and I'll have a bit more of a chat with you. I'm absolutely buggered. That's not tightening down, which is concerning. I've got a 4-ounce weight on there. Taste of Tackle sent me some weights that somebody had ordered and not wanted, so I'll show you one. So yeah, this is what I got sent. They're ever so good. They're 100 grams and they're plastic coated. So I thought I'd give it a go here on a rock mark. Last time I was here, I found out that it was better to use grip wires because the rolling weight kept rolling into places it shouldn't roll and I kept snapping off. But I thought I'd try those weights. I've brought 3. I've got 12. So perhaps when I'm reeling it, because it's not heavy weight, I'm just dragging it along. So it's in contact with the weight, my line, so if there's any bites I should see it. But what a bad start to a fishing session, all the way down there, and for some reason from last year, probably because I had to touch the rod up, I took the Fuji reel seat off. I think I might have took it off because I had silver ones on. I was going to buy the matte black ones. So I took the reel seat off, went to order the black ones, and that was just before COVID when I got round to it. And I saw how much they were. I saw the price of them. They were like £10 odd, £11 odd, whereas the chrome ones are 6-7 quid. So I never bought it, and then obviously I never put it on. So my own fault. I certainly learnt my lesson walking back up that hill. So I only wanted to do that once and I'm now having to do it twice. So yeah, well, we're living in the van at the minute as well. We've come up there on holiday as usual. We've come a bit earlier this year, so we always come at different times. So yeah, we came up a couple of days early and we've been sleeping in the van. So obviously everything's in the van. It's all organised, but just not organised enough. This should have been sorted out really in my garage. I should have checked the rod out because I was bringing it. I should have checked the rod, but can't remember doing anything to it since last time I used it. So you saw in my last fishing trip, you saw that I blanked. You saw Shane catch a humongous bass, well, humongous for us anyhow, and Graham, who was fishing to my left, he caught 10 hounds that night. He outfished everybody on that beach, probably on that coast that night. 10 hounds, he said 9, but I think it was 10, and he caught a flounder as well. What a session he had. But the person that had the best session of all was Tom. So congratulations, Tom, on your first fish. It was a whiting. You thought it was a cod, but it was a whiting. I'm chuffed to bits for you, mate, and I'm pleased that you enjoyed the fishing session. So yeah, if you want to keep coming fishing, you can tag along and come with us, and we'll go all fishing together. So this is a session, like I say, I'm on my own at the minute, so this is an unusual session just lately for me, that it's I'm fishing on my own. Got no Shane with me. Woohoo! Got no Scott with me. Woo! You know. Yeah, so I've got no Shane, no Scott, Graham in with us, and got no Tom. So getting a bit of a gang going now, aren't we, fishing? But yeah, back on my own, and you just it's quite nice because you can have your thoughts to yourself. I haven't got the windsock on the camera as well either, so Ivor. So what we'll do is we'll put the windsock on in a minute when I stop filming this, and we'll see the difference. Hopefully no rain today, but it's not looking too good over my shoulder. But it does say no rain, so hopefully there won't be any. There's a great big cloud of rain over there falling in the sea, though, isn't there? Look. And the wind's blowing directly at me, very slowly, but directly at me. So if that hits here, which it looks like it's going to, I'm going to get absolutely soaked. Bait today is squid and black lug. That's all I could bring. The black lug I've got is oiled, so I don't have to freeze it. And I've got a couple of packs of squid. I've got some ice blocks in a cool bag up in my van, and they're still frozen, so they're still admitting cold. I've wrapped it all up in bubble wrap inside the bait bag, so hopefully my squid will be alright. We're in the house tomorrow. I can chuck it straight in the freezer when I get there, and hopefully everything will be alright. And yeah, I'm going fishing Saturday morning, so the next video after this will be Sailcroft. So today is Saltom Bay. We're doing low water. Time is 2 o'clock. There's someone coming down the cliff with a bag on his back, so he might have a fishing rod. But yeah, time is 2 o'clock. Low water is at 4 o'clock. So I have got, even though I could have been fishing for probably another half an hour, I've probably got 3.5 hours fishing. Well, I've got 4 hours fishing really, so that's enough. We'll be able to see what's out there, hopefully catch a fish. And yeah, I'm rattling on now. So don't forget to like, subscribe, click that bell for all notification, and share my videos, because sharing is good. If you do that, you might go to heaven. You might be able to have a nice weekend, and you'll feel good within yourself if you do that. So don't forget, click that subscribe button and ring that bell, because you'll make an old man very happy. And don't forget, it's also free. Well, got nothing as of yet. I've just made up 2 more baits. Like I say, I've only got lug and squid, so I've done 2 wraps with lug and squid. Don't get as simple as that, does it? Don't get any simpler than that. Got quite a few seagulls about. It's lovely to be in there. There's a little bit of a breeze. chap now coming down the cliff to fish, and he is now coming, you think he's got his boy with him, he's now coming down and part of the cliff I didn't come down. I didn't walk round the end this time, I come down another slip, which was okay. He's coming down one after that, which is higher, but it looks like he's coming down really easy. So, but I come down easy as well, really. So all's good. What I wanted to say is also with these Leader Icon M Sport Powers, the 3rd generation rod, the eyes are a lot bigger on them, a lot bigger than the Elite Power, and he just noticed really. Could have brought my fathoms. I have got my fathoms with me, but I'm going to use it on a beach. He's just brought his little lad down, and now he's going back up for all his fishing gear. I bet he's got a good hip. Yeah, I've lined up my Pen Fathoms with some 19-pound line, 10 Rovex 10. Love that line, and was going to use that, but then I thought to myself, no, I'm going to use these 525s. They got new line on, so I'm using these. Chuffed to bits. I've only just noticed they got bigger eyes. Might have to buy a second rod. Yeah, might have to, mightn't I? But I always use my Elite Powers when I'm on the beach. I do like them. They're fantastic rods. You can't buy them anymore. I tried having a look. Can't get them now. I might hold off until I see that these M Sport Powers are getting sold off cheap, because when they bring out the 4th generation rod, as Leader will do, they'll start selling these off cheap, won't they? So if I don't see much difference in the rods, I think I'll buy a second one. Don't tell the wife though, because she'll go bloody berserk. Or should I just save my money and get another Ziplex? Oh, hang on, I've got a Ziplex now. Just waiting for the stickers still. But yesterday, 2 days ago, stickers are looking really good. They've just got to be put to the right size now. And once that's done, I can start building the rods. So I'll be getting on with the rod then, Gordon. Don't forget to check out Levo Fishing Adventures. He's a smashing chap. He's been fishing with Shane and Scott. Scott fell in the water and filled his waders up. P.O. weren't there. So yeah, go check out Levo. Holderness Codfather, hardcore fisherman, landlocked sea fishing, Somerset Beach fishing Tony. Oh, there's that many. There's that many now that I shout out. I keep forgetting, but yeah, go check everyone out. There's one man and his rod. Go check out Russ. And the main one, as I keep saying, I keep forgetting, the main one to check out is my old mate Danny of Danny Shore Fishing. Yeah, go give him a look as well. If you like any of the videos, you know, consider subscribing. Leave him a comment and all that malarkey. But don't forget to subscribe to mine. I expect there's quite a few hundred out there that haven't subscribed. Subs have been slow. They go up, don't get me wrong. I appreciate all my subscribers, they're fantastic. And anybody clicking a button to subscribe to some old fool like me is unbelievable. But yeah, if there's anyone out there that are watching my videos regular, please click the button and subscribe. If you're on Facebook and you watch the videos and comment to me on Facebook, please subscribe. It'd be appreciated, that's all. So I'm going to move this rod forward and I'll see you in a minute. Got some spaghetti weed on this, so I'm going to get it pulled in before it gets pulled down into the rocks. snapped off. So what I've done is I've tied a load of pulley panels, because pulley panels don't get snagged up, do they, if they've got a fish on them. I've also tied rotten bottoms on with a rotten bottom clip and the line, so the weight won't get snagged. I've also got one hook on, a wire hook that might pull out. So gee, I can't even change the reel of a canna, because I've got to now tie another leader onto this. So that's now even less fishing time. This isn't going well, is it? So anyhow, the line's snapped off. I've lost shitloads of line. I should have just pulled this flipping thing in when I've realised I weren't holding bottom. Obviously the line has got tangled around a rock and is now bloody snapped off. I've lost a load of line. I can't take this reel off, and I'll tell you why, because I've got to sellotape it back on, because idiot here, this idiot, forgot to bring a bloody reel seat. Right. Right, I'm going to tie this leader on and then get rigged up again, put another rig on, bait up and cast out again. 20 minutes, don't get long when you're fishing on low water marks. I'll be fishing again. If I'd brought a reel seat rather than being an idiot, I could have actually just changed the flip and reel. Well, bit of wetness coming from the sky again now, and nothing on the rod. It's only been out 2 or 3 minutes. It's only been a few minutes since I last spoke to you. It's probably been out 10 minutes, well 5 minutes, 8 minutes, but that don't matter, does it, in the great scheme of things? I'm just rattling on, aren't I? But yeah, rod's out, it's holding bottom, but then I said that before, didn't I? So I'm just hoping and praying that this doesn't snap. It's not a problem because I can put the other reel on, but I've just got to take all that tape off to put the other reel on. Bloody hell. I'm gonna have to get another reel seat when I go to Jerry's, aren't I? But then what's the point if I don't go to it'll come out in a minute. If I don't go to any more marks like this, then what's the point? Oh, it'd be nice to get a fish. Don't even want 2, just 1 would be nice. I don't want to keep reeling in. I'm at that dread stage now. It's not that I can't afford to lose a weight, a rig and half a main line, but I just don't want to, because, and it don't matter that I've got to take that reel off and tape another one on. If I go to Jerry's, then I will buy a reel seat. I must have about 5 of them, but then I bought them to put on other rods so that I can use those rods, because I'm fed up with them little round bloody Jubilee clip type things. Because you get your reel in where you want it, you do them up and you look at your reel and it's not in line with your eyes, so that's why I use Fuji reel seats. So there's a bit of water come down, wetness, and then it stops. The chap next door to me is fishing 2 rods because he's an expert and probably fishes there all the time. I'm on 1 rod, I just nearly tripped over, and we're holding bottom, and I'm absolutely dreading it, reeling this in. Like I say, not because it's going to lose a weight and all this stuff, it's because Well, they've ate that squid. I don't believe it. All the fish in there, they've ate the squid. Loads of little blennies in there. It's just a case I don't want to lose so much fishing time through bloody putting leaders on and new rigs. I just want to reel in, bait up and chuck out again. But let's not look on the downs and woe is me. Let's just look at the positive. We're going to reel this in, it'll come straight in, bait up and cast out again, and we'll get a fish. And yeah, I shall bring you back in a short minute because I'll think of something else to say and I'll be bored and fed up because nothing's happening on my rod. The Verns special blanking session or rig, leader and weight losing session. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Got my rig back, got my weight back. So that gives me a bit of confidence now. Yes, it's raining, my camera's saturated. It's now raining quite heavy. So we'll take the camera off, stick it in my bag in between video. This might be a short video, I don't know. Wait and see. Come along for the ride. Come along for the ride, eh? Sounds exciting, doesn't it? But it ain't. I'll tell you what it is. It's damp, it's wet, I've lost some gear, my camera lens has got spots on it, and but we've got our gear back, so let's get this baited up with a new bait. We'll chuck the other one in there and see if the fish eat it, because I'm enjoying that. And let's see if we can catch another fish. Let's see if we can catch a fish. Anyhow, I'll be back in a bit. Yeah, be back in a bit. I guess that's a jellyfish. I shall chuck it back in the water. I don't know what part of it, but there's nothing broken off. It's all smooth, so we'll just, well, we'll put it in there. See if any fish eat that. Chuck that out, I do. What a dick I am. Getting too excited about casting out because I didn't snag off and lose it and get, you know, get snagged. I feel like Predator walking across these rocks, but I don't think I look like him. And yeah, as soon as I pulled it, I realised I hadn't put my bloody spill release on. So you slow the cast right down to do minimum damage, don't you? There's a seal come up now. Well, I think it's a seal. Anyhow, it's rain now, and we'll see what happened to me. We're still fishing. I'm still enjoying it. It's bloody great. I love this place. It's just nothing never seems to go right, but it's only the third time of fishing it, so first two times was learning curves. I learned a lot the first time, but the second time felt a lot better. But I blanked, didn't I? I caught the first time, blanked the second. Very windy though. It's good weather today, apart from this rain. If it weren't raining, this would be so enjoyable, it'd be unbelievable. If I'd remembered my reel seat, it'd be even more enjoyable. So yeah, that came in all right, no snags. So I'm casting out over there to the right. I did a crap cast there, which was off the ground, but it went a lot further. It really did go a lot further than the other red thumper did before. I didn't get caught in that, so hopefully there's less rocks further out, so I can get that up and bring it in and I won't get snagged. So that's what we're doing from now on. We're going to keep off the ground net and remembering to let the spill release off, or as I've said before, the bail arm, which it ain't the bail arm. Anyhow, I'm going to put this camera away. It's getting wet. Keep it dry as best I can, and you'll see me in a bit when I come back. Wish me luck. That says it all, doesn't it? So what I'll do is, oh, I've got some of the line back. Well, second snap off, second lot of line. It's all chafed it. It's obviously got dragged round a piece of line. I cast in the same place pretty much, so did cast further. It's just one of these marks, isn't it? You just lose gear. But the thing about it is for me to take that reel off, it's going to be a pain in the backside. So. That went in the same bloody place. Have to wait and see, won't we? I'll reel it in a little earlier. I'll get some baits done and then reel it in. But what do? Don't want to lose my breakout weights, because I don't have to go to the shop and buy any. I've got loads. Well, I ain't got loads. I have got some because I've got a very kind friend that gives me them. Don't know if I've mentioned that before, but Case to Tackle. Go on Case to Tackle's website. He's in Lincolnshire. His name's Mike. He's a fantastic guy. Salt of the earth. Any information you want, he'll tell you. He's got all the gear, everything apart from rods and reels, but he might sell the odd reel. Might sell the odd rod, I don't know, but he's told me he don't sell them. Any weight, any mould, he does it. Go check him out. Give him a tinkle if you're not sure what you're buying, and he'll give you the information that you'll require. So, right, let's get some baits done. Why didn't it just go straight out? Let's get these baits done. And I ain't teaching you how to do baits either. This is just what I'm doing today. I get a bit of lug, fold it in half. I'm not messing about. Bit of squid on. Fold it round. Like so. You will see I'm not using a bait mate. I've left my bait and needle up top. Hold it together loosely, wrap it lightly. Rain's picking up again now. Get some thread on it. Do this side where we started. Do these 2 rolls round your finger through the middle. Send that on TA Fishing. And there you have it. No bait mate. I haven't spent £9 on a bait mate or whatever they are ever. I'm being optimistic here doing 2 baits. Because the way it's going, that's 2 more rigs. I think what I might do is I might finish these 2 off, and I might, slippery little buggers aren't they, I might reel that back in before my rig gets dragged into some crevice with my line round some bloody rock. And right, that's that and that. Rinse my hands, do that up. Squid's there, getting wet. I shove my glove in my pocket. So I'm going to reel it in to try and save this rig, because I want to cast it out again where I want it to be. bloody weight on the bottom. I can't tighten to it. It's doing me head in. I don't want to put another grip weight on. I've got these 100 gram weights. Obviously the tide's too strong, isn't it? Tide's coming in now. Oh, it's just one of them sessions into. I'm glad I caught in the last. I thought I lost all the footage for the Humber Bridge, for the Humber video in Bay 19 with Danny, but obviously I didn't, because Tom found it all. It had compressed itself or something and hidden itself away. Just yet another thing that GoPro does that you don't understand, because they give you 2 pamphlets with a GoPro and none of it tells you how to use the bloody thing. So now my line is loose, it's not tightening up, and line just gets tangled up everywhere. That was just hooked round another rock when I reeled that in to cast out, so that will now chafe the line. Yes, bit of a hard session. I've fished here twice before, got on alright, caught a ray, only caught the one. Would like to have caught more, but it's about my luck, isn't it? I ain't even too bothered that I've lost the gear, but I just don't want to keep losing the grip weights. But I'll put another 5 ounce weight on. If this don't hold bottom, I'll put 5 ounce weight on. That actually went where I wanted it to go. But when I laid the weight out behind me to cast off the ground, the bloody Gemini clip released. I mean, those Gemini clips are not meant to release until it hits the water. So it must just hit the rock somehow and then released. I mean, everyone says that you need those clips on, don't you, to do off the ground cast. And well, I can off ground cast with breakaway imps. They don't release. Well, you got to be a fool. I mean, I even did a pulley dropper last week. Not last week. When I was fishing with Tom. Did I mention that I was fishing with Tom? Because if you go watch that video again, give me an extra view. Tom catches a whiting. It's his first ever fish. He's chuffed to bits. A friend of mine is, who I fish with, has donated some gear to Tom for Tom to fish. I said to Tom said about getting some stuff, and I said no, don't do that. I've got rods and reels you can use. You can have it, like. But whilst I was there, my mate Graham has donated him. Next time I meet up with him, he'll give me it. He's donated some rod reel tripod rigs to Tom, so thank you very much, Graham. It's unbelievable, mate. You can have another burger for that, mate, with your hot chili sauce on it. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Tom will thank you as well when he sees you. He's already asked me to thank you, but I haven't had a signal. You don't get a signal in this area a lot of the time, and when you do get a signal, I'm driving, so I'm gonna have to pull over because I've got comments. I apologise also now for the video that's just been uploaded of Chapel Point at Lincolnshire Coast. I haven't answered any comments yet, and it's been up a day, and I apologise because I don't want to upset anybody that I haven't answered the comments, because I do answer all comments. You know, you get comments on your YouTube channel, and if anybody is out there don't know what a YouTube channel, that's a channel that you watch videos on, like mine, and it's always nice to subscribe to that video channel on YouTube that you might be watching, because then my subscribers go up. Might go up quicker anyhow. Yeah, if you're out there and you're watching my videos and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe if you want to. You know, it's all free. It's all to make an old man happy. I can feel the sun's rays. I can feel pleasure coming again. I can feel more pleasure coming, I mean. Sun's on my face, I can feel the warmth. There is no rain. My bag's drying out. And I can't tighten up to my weight. I'm going to give it a little tighten and see what happens, and then I might change weights and put another 5 ounce on. Right, that's tightened up. It's on it. Look, it's on it. If I pull the line, makes the tip go, so let's hope we're there. I think the next time I come here I might rough it all the way over there, because I haven't seen matey boy over there get snagged up yet. Cut that bit out, Tom, that was technical adjustments, that was. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Sun's coming through that cloud there. I can't see the sun, but I can feel the heat. There is heat. It got down to something like 13 degrees last night when I last looked. I was sleeping in the van with the wife and none of that went on. We were just tired, so we blew this bloody airbed up in the back of the van. It don't fit in between my cupboard in the van on the floor, so it goes up the side of the bloody wardrobe. So I think last night was the closest my wife's ever slept to me for years. Well, since we've had the waterbed. We got a queen size waterbed. Well, a queen size waterbed is, I think, bigger than a king size bed, because my daughter's just bought a king size bed and I looked at it and said, that's a king size, and yeah, and I was like thinking, geez, that's small. I think a king size waterbed is probably this much more than a queen size. So yeah, waterbeds are big. And obviously she always sleeps on the edge of the bed, doesn't she, like a bloody budgie regard, like a canary on a perch. You don't get cold, do you? You get comfy, don't you? You mooch about in bed, don't you? And you're asleep, aren't you? And obviously because it's not cold in the bed because it's heated, you just stay there. You don't move. You don't move in a waterbed much. But last night in the van she had no choice. She was rolled into me and that was it. So we didn't get cold, which is a good thing. But we did have this sleeping bag over our feet, because your feet get chilly, don't they? It's all good. It's got a couple of extra days holiday away from the grind. I'm going to mention it now, that last weekend, I think it was the 14th, and let's get this right, on Saturday the 14th this month, obviously, my dad passed away at 1:30, I think it was. And yeah, so he had a heart attack, we think. He's at Norfolk and Norwich Hospital now, getting ready for a post-mortem. So yeah, just wanted to mention that, and I feel a bit callous also that I'm here fishing and also on holiday because of what's happened, but there's nothing I can do. I've been down and to Norfolk, and there's nothing I can do. You know, I do feel a little bit bad, to be honest, that I'm here on my holiday. But I know my dad would have said to me, you have your holiday. The same as he always used to say to me if I was busy working, he'd say to me, get the jobs done first, get your work done, because that's important, then come and see me. So I spoke to my dad on the 10th, which was a Tuesday, and had a good conversation for quite a long time for my dad. But yeah, it was a bit of a shock. Obviously a bit upset weren't a bit upset, I was upset at the time. I'm still upset now, but yeah, anyhow, that's that. I don't want to talk about it anymore because that'll upset me. So yeah, so it's just the way it is. But I don't want to feel bad that I'm on holiday. I want to enjoy my holiday as best I can, and that's what I'm trying. I don't know if I've just now said the wrong thing or what. This is what's in my head, and that's what I've said. But I know my dad would have said to me, you go on your holiday, because that's what my dad was. That's what he used to say. On a happier note, I can still feel the warmth from the sun, so yeah, all is good. want to say, I've come on my holiday. I've just told you my dad has died, which is a sad thing. But I'm not the sort of person that's a rich person. I can pay my way, and everything I buy, I can afford to buy. But I can't afford to let Holdy go. And Holdy's £600 and odd, you know, Holdy's a lot of money. And it's only for a week. We've worked hard all this year and last year with the job that we do, and we look forward to our holiday. And this has been the only time my daughter's moved into another house, and I've been working there as well. It's been flat out, and then we get the bad news about my father. And you know, we aren't in the boat of these millionaires that go around doing what they want to do and cancelling this. You know, I either come on this holiday or I lose the holiday, and I'm not prepared to do that. And what I want to try and get through is, because I do feel bad about having this holiday, is the fact that I've got to have this holiday. I know for a fact that my dad would have said, you go on your holiday, it's your holiday, you've paid for it, you go on your holiday. And that's what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm talking to the camera explaining this, getting upset, because I'm not getting upset, but so that's it. I just seem to think that when people watch this video, they'll think that, oh, it's a bit of a callous thing. I wouldn't do that, but you know, there's nothing I can do. My dad's death was a sudden death, and it has to go through autopsy, and it's up to 10 days, and that was before you've got all this bloody COVID that's about as well, so it might take 12 or 14 days. By the time I get off my holiday, nothing would have changed, and my dad would still probably have either had his autopsy so we know what actually happened, or we'll still be waiting. So I'm on my holiday. Please don't think bad of me. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to end this now here about all this, because I want to fish, I want to enjoy myself, and the more I talk about this, the more I get upset. So I ain't doing that. I want to look forward to reeling this line in and snapping off yet again, so I've got to tie another leader on. That's pulled tight now. I bet you my line is wrapped round a bloody rock. What do? Do I pull it in? Do I pull it in? Or do I think to myself, well, do you know what, Vern? It might have actually pulled up and tightened up onto the rock, onto your weight. I think I know what's happened. The bloody line's gone round the rock again. Was close. That was close to losing it again. hip, hip, hip. Alright, let's get this on. Where's my bait elastic been? What is it with me and bait elastic? I've had enough of the bloody stuff. I drop it. Right. I ain't brought my bucket because there's pools all about, but I didn't have to bend down, and bending down at my age, it's not the easiest thing to do. Fucking. Not getting mad about bait elastic, I'll tell you. There's better things to get mad about than bloody bait elastic. Let's give you a quick show about on these rocks. So I'm walking on these rocks now. You can see these rocks. And the water starts coming in here from the sea, comes in, all this will disappear. Comes in right round here. Behind you. And the problem is, look, more sea anemones there. It's this gully here. Now this don't look now, but once it started, literally you can see the water's coming in here, comes in and it fills this gully here up from here. So it's quite deep. That's probably about a metre, 2 metres down there, metre and, well, 1.8 metres. Then it gets this, and this isn't very deep, but it is deep enough to go over your wellies, because obviously the water's not flat calm. And when that starts coming in, that can fill that gully a bit. I crossed it earlier, and you can get out of it, but you don't want to let it come too soon. And then you got all them rocks to get over, and the first lot of rocks are all weedy and light grass, seaweed type stuff, which is really slippery. And then you got great big boulders, so you want to get out of them. And then by the time you get over there and look back, this isn't really air anymore. It doesn't take long, so you've got to be prepared to get off. And you get off when you feel comfortable. Don't ever leave it to the last minute and the water's behind you and you've got a peak, and you're on a peak and you've got to walk through the water, because that's too late, you're stupid. So always get off in plenty of time, and the time to get off is when you're comfortable. If you fish the tide down, you can watch it go down, you can make notes of what time before low water you can get on and then you can just reverse that for getting off. But leave a margin there. Don't think, oh, I got on 3 hours before, I'm going to get off 3 hours after, because that don't work like that, because the tide comes in at different speeds through the duration of the tidal period. So yeah, you want to get off in plenty of time. So if you got on in 2 hours or 3 hours, get off in an hour and a half after low, or get off after 2.5 hours after low. Give yourself 20 minutes, half an hour to get off, because the tide comes in and it ain't going to stop for no one. Oh, looks like another blank. We've still got the bait in the water, we've still got a chance, and we're still hoping. Get in. Look at that. Oh, I saw the bite, and then it went to a slack liner, and then it went again, and I had to turn the camera on and everything. She's only a little tiny ray, but oh my God, thank God for that. Oh, you got a few spines, girl, haven't you? Oh. Oh, first ray of the year. Oh, I've had. Oh. Well, Dad, that's for you. I shall show it to the camera. Let's get this. She's in that pool. She's in that pool. Oh, I'm so pleased I chucked that back out again. Joe, this bait's been out for 5 minutes, something like that, 10 minutes. Right, here she is. I guess that's a fawn back ray. Let's get her out and show you. There she is. Only a small one. Huge fawns on her. Fawns underneath. There you go. What a beautiful fawn back ray. So we'll get her back. The other thing is, don't stay on the mark when the tide's coming in because you're catching fish, because you think they're coming on and I might catch more, because it's not worth it either. But boy am I pleased. The gods are looking down on me. Oh, fish god. That's for you, Dad, that ray. That don't seem a lot, I know, for nearly 87 years. I hope it's 87 years. It is 87. Nearly. It's my dad's birthday this Tuesday. So in 4 days time, yeah, it'd have been 87. So that's for you, Dad. Thanks for bringing me up and for all you did for me. And it don't seem a lot, but that's all I can do. So no blank today for Vern. We caught a ray. And that's my first ray of the year, so I'm chuffed to bits, absolutely chuffed to bits. Did take a picture on the film because then people get to find out. I don't like to let people know what I do and catch. You should tune up to the YouTube video and watch it, shouldn't they? chuffed to bits. I think I'll move my gear up now so that I can, if I move my gear up, I can keep an eye on it as well. And I'm walking back as well, so hopefully my line won't get snagged up when it gets all loose. So I'll put you there. Cracking bite, the bite went down, the rod went down, then it came right up, and I guess the line went slack. But then it took off again and went bang, 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 and on that second bite is when I was switching the camera on. They've caught a ray next door to me. The old boy who I was talking to earlier has pulled in a ray. Only a small one, but nice to catch a fish, isn't it? But he's local to this mark, and he knows what he's doing. He fishes in competitions as well, and obviously knows what he's doing, whereas me, I think I'm just there for the sunshine now. I was here earlier for the rain, but now I'm here for the sunshine. Just a tranquil place to be, really. It's lovely air in the water, roughing on the rocks. Great, keep breaking off and losing gear as well. Absolutely fantastic. is chucked out. Wasted time that was. Didn't feel right in that cast from the off. Oh dear, what a balls up. I'm gonna give up on it. I'm gonna give up on it until I get taught. Alan, you need to get me up here and sort me out my casting, mate. As soon as you got time, mate. I understand all the troubles. But yeah, no, that's it. I'm just doing overhead thumps now. I want to be out straight. I don't want to be out to the right. Every time I go to the right, I get snagged. Matter of fact, I'm reeling in. Right. There you go, overhead thump. It's gone out 80 yards, 100 yards. Tightened up to the weight. Why don't I just do all this from the start? Those bombs are alright. Two yellow boots over there, the same. Those bombs I've got are alright, but they're not heavy enough in these conditions. Even though it's flat calm, there must be quite a bit of a tide there. And for off the ground cast, yeah, if it goes right, yeah, it goes well. Twice I've gone to pull it and I've felt a restriction on the weight, where the weight is dug into these barnacles. The last one didn't, it just skidded off the barnacles, it was fine. I was just not in the right place. When you get your weight on your right side and your rod's up, and my rod went up, I know all the mistakes I make, I can't cast. So my weight was on my right side and it just didn't feel right. And when I come round, I didn't feel no transition of weight from my right to my left to enable me to do anything else, and nothing else was right anyhow. So I went out to the right and I started pulling it in then, and it felt snagged, and then all of a sudden it came, luckily. So I'm now straight out, hopefully I won't get snagged. We're fishing again. The bait was only out, I didn't change that bait as you saw, it's literally out a minute. Might have been 2, but it was just out, so I'll put it out again. Right, it's 5:36 p.m. 20 more minutes. That's 2 hours after high. Probably have half an hour. This comes round the back, and I kid you not, in when that gully at the back there just starts to fill, you've probably got 15-20 minutes, and then this is gone. Well, put it this way, in 15 minutes after the water gets in that gully, and it's in the gully, not just started to get in it, that's cut off. It's waders to get out, you know. It'll go over my wellies. cover it, need a towel, like that. Right then, here's the gully look, that I was talking about. It's not a huge gully, you know, but it does get deep and it will go over your boots. And what will happen is it'll just get too deep for my boots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reel in and then move the other side and put my gear away. So I fish for as long as I can fish. It'd be great to catch another ray, but it ain't going to happen. I'd had to catch it on that last one that snapped off. So the rotten bottom did good there, because at least it saved all my leader line and the rig. But there you go, another one gone. Bites the dust. Right, let's take this camera over. Now I'll come back from a rod. So that's it. Oh Christ, we're filled in there, look. That's a step and a jump in the water. Get over. It's not life threatening, but it can be, can't it? Oh, I can't take big steps because my hip might go. Right. I think what I'll do is I shall, well, you can watch me. I know it's not interesting, but it's just the way it is.
Hey, brother.
See you later, mate. How many did you get?
Step 2, right? Now on there, just on spare tire. I fished the rod with Logan with the crab and squid, but now on them, just the ones with the fish bait on that.
I got the one.
Aye.
At least that
I
saved
thought
the
it would have
blank.
been there. I thought it was something tight to him, I thought it would have been alright there. That wind's gone if it starts.
Yeah. Is there anywhere that ain't snaggy out there, or is it just the way it is?
You can, no, you'll reach sand alright from there, just give it a good knee, you'll reach sand, you won't lose any day there.
Right.
If you go slow at the lobby, you'll be maxed out there. But if you give it about, I mean, 80 yards a night.
80 yards will reach the sand,
You should
right?
be,
Because I balled a couple of casts up, so that fell short.
Maybe it's dropped short there.
Yeah.
And then it's like broken ground there and a bit of kelp. It's alright. And further over you go, that piece, that's about 50 cm level. Where you stop at that?
I'm even panicking a bit here with the tide coming in, but it's just the way it's the but that's how we survive, isn't it? So. Right, so this has been Saltom Bay. That ain't straight. So right, this has been Saltom Bay. I'm stumbling about. I've had one thornback ray, the chap next to me caught two. Feel really good about that. It's been a great day. It's been taxing, it's been testing, but I've come through the other side and we've caught a fish. Might be lucky to catch one, but I've caught a fish. I'm really chuffed. The blanks don't go on, do they? They've still stopped. Well, no, they've stopped now because I've blanked with fishing with Tom, the expert fisherman. So yeah, so now I'm pleased to bits that I've caught a ray. First ray of the season. The water's coming in behind. I need to hurry up. I'm going, and please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and please share my videos. And I'll see you in the next one when we're on the beach. See you later.